While most threequel type flicks have been a little hit or miss and what have you, I'm going to talk about D3, The Mighty Ducks. Is it really the worst of the trilogy of The Mighty Ducks? Find out right now in this review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings my fellow YouTubers and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I'm going to bring to you all my final review of the Mighty Ducks trilogy, D3, The Mighty Ducks from 1996. Now, if you've not seen my reviews for the first two movies, click on the card that's about to come up in just a second. And I'll take you to my new playlist where you can watch the first two before you go on watching this one, okay? Just a moment of silence, everyone. Anyway, Disney once again released the film. It's the final installment of the Mighty Ducks trilogy, and it's directed by Robert Lieberman. Now, I'm going to tell you, this kind of wasn't as strong as the previous ones were. I'll explain why when I finish the story and what have you. After their victory at the Junior Goodwill Games in the last movie, youth ice hockey team the Mighty Ducks and their captain Charlie Conway are awarded the Junior Varsity Hockey Scholarships to Eden Hall Academy, a prestigious Minneapolis area prep school that Coach Bombay attended. Charlie struggles with his transition from childhood to adolescence. He thinks he was abandoned by Bombay when the latter informs him that he intends to take a job with the Junior Goodwill Games, which would leave him unable to coach the Ducks. One of the Ducks' enforcers, Dean Portman, also decided not to attend the school after hearing about Bombay's leaving. He informs Charlie prior to the start of classes that the team will be in good hands under the tutelage of Coach Ted O'Ryan, a former NHL player. The Ducks start at the school, begins inauspiciously. Sorry, my mistake. Or is it inauspiciously? I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing the word. While the newer Ducks respectfully sit in the headmaster's speech, the original teammates crash the ceremony on stage. Now, I will tell you that, unfortunately, the only one from the originals that appeared in the last one isn't back, and that's Jesse Hall. We don't get to see him. It's sort of explained that he moved away and what have you, or something like that. Anyway, the team then experienced many early struggles, playing in the new two-way hockey defensive style of Coach O'Ryan. O'Ryan abandoning several Duck traditions and some of their youthful in-game trick plays and off-ice conflicts with the varsity team, the Ducks' struggles to continue, culminating in a tie in their first game after having a huge lead. Eventually, when Coach O'Ryan restricts the old Ducks uniform after an unsanctioned early morning match with the varsity team to settle their differences, Charlie decides to lead the team to return to public schools and seek a hockey career. Fulton follows, but considers quitting hockey much to Charlie's dismay. Sometime later, he ultimately returns to the team without Charlie. Yeah, apparently they eventually try and get out of the varsity, the Ducks do, even when Adam Banks has been added to the varsity team. Yeah, which things look back, and things really heat up and what have you. But anyway, back to the story. Angry at Bombay's departure and O'Ryan's highly disciplined coaching style, Charlie's acting out alienates him from his mother, who is back after being absent from the last one, and also Gordon's old mentor and friend of the Ducks, Hans, who is once again played by Josh Ackland, and even his friends. But soon Hans suddenly dies, and Bombay comes to Charlie's house the day following the funeral. Excuse me, I got the words mixed up. And takes him back to Eden Hall. He tells Charlie that O'Ryan's career with the Minnesota North Stars ended when the team moved to Dallas, and he stayed to care for his paraplegic daughter. Well, Bombay tells Charlie the background story on how he first came to coach the Ducks and says he told Orion that Charlie was the heart and soul of the team. And it was his hope that both Orion and Charlie would learn something from each other. Bombay also admits telling Orion that Charlie was the real Minnesota Miracle Man. Emotionally touched by his words, Charlie agrees to rejoin the team. Arriving at the team bus for the next game, Charlie tells Orion he wants to play two-way hockey. Surprised but pleased, Orion welcomes him back. Before they depart, Dean Buckley, the school's headmaster, informs the team that its board of trustees wants to revoke the Ducks' scholarships and offers Orion a chance to start a new team. Well, with a team of his choice. Excuse me, again, everyone. I got my words mixed up from my source. Satisfied with the team, Coach Orion balks at the news, threatening resignation. At a board meeting the following day, Bombay, who was an experienced lawyer before coaching the Ducks, acts as the Ducks' attorney and fights successfully for their case, and the board reinstates the Ducks' scholarships. Now to the ending, you know the procedure, 5 seconds to stop, go to the description box below and fast forward, you know the rest. If you see the movie, continue on. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Prior to the annual junior varsity against the varsity game, Orion brings back the Duck jerseys, giving the team a renewed vigor. Throughout the game, the varsity dominates on offense. However, the Ducks play good defense and manage to keep the game scoreless after 2 periods. During the second intermission, Dean Portman returns to the team, having finally accepted his scholarship, adding a needed spark. Late in the game, the Ducks get 2 penalties and must play 5 versus 3. During the timeout, Orion reinstates Charlie as captain and tells him to go for the win if the opportunity presents itself. With seconds left in the game, Charlie gets a breakaway and beats all the defensemen and goalie. He passes the puck back to Goldberg, now a defenseman, who scores into an wide open net as time expires, securing a 1-0 victory for the Ducks. Following the victory, Charlie embraces Orion, spots Bombay, who has attended the game. They both look across the rink to a newly presented Eden Hall banner with the Ducks logo. Bombay then departs the game amid a sea of cheering fans with a smile. End of story. So, what did I think of D3, The Mighty Ducks? Well, I'm going to say, unlike the first two, this was a mixed, well, more a mixed bag in my way. Some of it was good, and some of it wasn't that good. First of all, Emilio Estevez is back as scoring, but Bombay, but unfortunately not for too much and what have you, which is a shame and what have you. And I know I already reminded you about the character Jesse Hall being removed. But however, everyone else is back. Joshua Jackson is Charlie, and Jeffrey Nordling plays Coach Orion, and David Selby is Dean Buckley. They brought back Heidi Kling as Casey, Charlie's mother, and Josh Ackland as Hans. And the rest of the team, including Eldon Henson as Fulton Reed, Sean Weiss as Greg Goldberg, Vincent LaRusso as Adam Banks, Matt Doherty as Averman, Garrett Radcliffe Henson as Guy, Marguerite Moreau as Connie. Let's see. Plus, the new members who were in the last movie, who I didn't get to mention, their betrayers and what have you. Aaron Lohr as Dean Portman, Cullum Jacobson as Julie Gaffney, Kenan Thompson as Russ Tyler, Mike Vitar as Luis Mendoza, Ty O'Neill as Dwayne Robertson, and Justin Wong as Ken Wu. Anyway. Now, of course, we also got a few new characters. One new character I did like was the gal who became Charlie's new friend, Linda, played by Margot Finley. The rest of the characters were okay and all. Anyway, we do get a special cameo by Paul Correa, the captain of the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, now Anaheim Ducks. He appears during the second intermission of the Ducks Varsity Warriors game, which that was pretty cool in my opinion. I know I don't really watch any sports, even hockey, but I had some respect for these sports for certain reasons and what have you. But however, unfortunately, with all this mixed up and what have you, the film unfortunately did worse than the last one did. The film only managed to bring in 22 million overall, and it really got worse reviews than the previous one. Unfortunately, well, it is a mixed bag, so it's actually an in between okay, and okay, good. So, but however, it did a little better on physical media on video cassette, which I still have, and of course it got released on DVD and on Blu-ray as well. It was released on Disney Plus last year, so if you don't have it, you can check out there. But anyway, the question is, would I recommend D3 The Mighty Ducks? Well, I'd say if you're a completionist, yes. But if not, then don't bother. I mean, but I'd say either don't bother or give this movie one view. And if you're not satisfied, well, that's settled, alright? Enough said. So, what are your thoughts on D3, The Mighty Ducks? Please tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time for my next Saturday morning TV log and the upcoming live Q&A. Plus, I will also hopefully break out of this apartment and go to the movies and see that new film, Nobody, which has already been getting good reviews and what have you. So you may get a spoiler-free review of it. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other movies. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Game Plan, another underrated Disney sports feature with Dwayne Johnson. The upper right-hand corner is another third entry in a Disney trilogy that I feel is underrated. The Dexter Riley trilogy with Kurt Russell, and that would be The Strongest Man in the World. Or if you just want some real comical fun from Disney and sports, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my review of Gus, film about a mule who becomes a big football star. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, on the Big D saying, see ya.